In 1995, while driving through rural Sierra Leone, Bala Amara Sekaran and his wife Sharmila came across a baby chimpanzee being sold by the roadside. With the support of the government of Sierra Leone, the encouragement of Dr. Jane Goodall, and funding from the EU, Bala founded the Tacugama Chimpanzee Sanctuary. The government allocated 40 hectares of forest above Freetown, a space that would become a haven for now over 120 rescued chimpanzees and the heart of a national conservation mission that has grown into a global force for environmental protection, ecotourism, education, and community empowerment. Today, Tacugama operates across 3 of Sierra Leone's 4 national parks and in over 100 communities spanning 7 districts. We lead conservation efforts for the critically endangered western chimpanzee, the forests they depend upon, and other key species. Our work protects vital biodiversity hotspots such as the Loma Mountains, Utamba-Kalimi National Park, and Jaibui, home to remarkable and threatened wildlife like pygmy hippos, forest elephants, and the rare Picathartes bird. We've trained and deployed more than 60 eco-guards, including Sierra Leone's first all-female team, to protect areas like Loma Mountains National Park, which hosts the country's highest peak and the densest wild chimpanzee population in West Africa. Jaibui Island, a critical ecological corridor connecting Gola Rainforest National Park and Tiwai Island, supports the movement of threatened species, including the western chimpanzee. This rich region harbors nearly 2,000 plant species, 600 bird species, and 200 mammals. Yet despite its importance, Jaibui remains unprotected. Unsustainable land practices such as deforestation and poaching threaten this critical habitat. Our team is actively working to secure official protection for this area as a forest reserve. Tacugama is not only active on the ground, we're also driving national policy change. We are leading the development of the National Animal Bill and supporting the reform of Sierra Leone's outdated 1972 Wildlife Act. In collaboration with the Law Reform Commission and key government agencies, we're working to establish stronger legal protections for wildlife and critical habitats across the country. In 2009, we led Sierra Leone's first national chimpanzee census, estimating a population of 5,580, over half of which live outside protected areas, leaving them particularly vulnerable to poaching and habitat loss. This landmark survey helped identify key biodiversity landscapes and continue to guide where we focus our conservation efforts today. The urgency of this work is clear. Every rescued baby chimp represents a mother and often an entire family lost to poaching. Since 2022 alone, we've taken in 16 new orphans, each requiring thousands of dollars in care every year. Protecting chimpanzees means protecting forests, and forests are disappearing fast. The Western Area Peninsula National Park, where Tacugama is established, has already lost 550 hectares from December 2023 to March 2024 due to illegal deforestation activities and land grabbing. That's the equivalent to 785 football fields of forest, gone in just 3 months. And these forests are not just wildlife sanctuaries. They're water sources, carbon sinks, and life support systems for people, too. Tacugama is trying to address these threats through education and reforestation projects. We've already planted over 250,000 trees, and now with your support, we're preparing to launch our most ambitious initiative yet, the 30 million tree project in the Loma Mountains by 2030. In places like Loma, Utamba-Kalimi, and Jaibui, where we're working to establish a new reserve, Tacugama is responding with science, strategy, and boots on the ground. Conservation only succeeds when local communities are at the heart of the solution. That's why Tacugama proudly invests in local talent, with the majority of our team made up of Sierra Leoneans. Beyond our sanctuary walls, we've supported over 100 rural communities with sustainable jobs, training programs, and development initiatives that uplift lives while protecting nature. From eco-guards and forest monitors to tour guides and educators, we are creating livelihoods that turn conservation into a shared mission, where those living closest to the forest become its greatest stewards. Our commitment to community extends to basic needs too. In partnership with World Hope International, we've delivered clean, safe water to villages like Mansonia and Conumbaya, and we're working to expand across all 28 communities in the Loma region. Strategic conservation always has been a part of our foundation. Tacugama's location was deliberately chosen by our founder, Bala, near the Tacugama Dam catchment area to help safeguard this vital water source. In fact, the name Tacugama itself is derived from the dam, reflecting our deep-rooted connection to forests, not only for wildlife, but also for the ecosystem services they provide. Today, our continued presence and forest monitoring efforts have helped prevent deforestation in this critical zone, preserving biodiversity and protecting water supplies for thousands downstream. Education is how we create lasting change. Thousands of students have taken part in our school outreach programs. In 2020, with the Ministry of Education, we integrated parts of Tacugama's conservation workbook into Sierra Leone's national science syllabus, ensuring that environmental awareness is embedded in classrooms across the country. With the Sunday Foundation, we've built 3 schools in remote areas, empowering young minds with knowledge, opportunity, and hope, and we have their commitment to build more. In 2019, during a historic visit by Dr. Jane Goodall, the chimpanzee was officially declared Sierra Leone's national animal, the only country in the world to do so.
I hereby declare the western chimpanzee as the national animal for Sierra Leone.
A powerful symbol of pride, identity, and conservation. Jane Goodall received the Order of the Rochelle, the country's highest honor. A few years later, Bala received the same recognition.
Tacugama's impact extends beyond the sanctuary through science, research, and advocacy. We welcome visitors and volunteers from around the world who support our mission by staying at the sanctuary. Our team conducts high-standard technical surveys and environmental assessments, and we're seeking support to expand this work through dedicated research centers at our project sites. From biodiversity surveys and species censuses to environmental impact assessments, our efforts are grounded in evidence-based conservation. In 2019, our team confirmed 17 chimpanzee crossing points along the Bandajuma-Liberia Highway with EU funding. This critical funding helped shift the narrative and highlighted the importance of field-based science, enabling us to establish an offset project in response. Beyond contributing to national development and safeguarding 3 of Sierra Leone's 4 national parks, Tacugama is making a global impact through strategic partnerships. We're collaborating with the University of Oxford to train machine learning and computer vision models that detect and track wildlife in video. A long-term partnership with the Max Planck Institute aims to advance understanding of chimpanzee cognition, evolution, and great ape intelligence. A collaboration with the University of Manitoba supports infectious disease screening and allows for genetic and nutritional sample collection. Our 30 million by 2030 reforestation project in Loma Mountains National Park reflects our commitment to One Health, biodiversity conservation, climate mitigation, and reforesting degraded areas. It also reduces human-wildlife conflict while improving food security, youth employment, and women's empowerment.
Our conservation portfolio spans diverse projects, from monitoring sustainable agroforestry initiatives like Dole's Pineapple Project to hydroelectric development assessments in Betmai and road surveys funded by the EU. These efforts demonstrate the expertise and flexibility of our team and our commitment to integrating environmental stewardship into development planning. We're laying the groundwork for a One Health division. While seeking support to formally establish it, we've already begun applying One Health principles through our partnership with the University of Manitoba and disease surveillance during chimpanzee health checks. These efforts highlight the link between human, animal, and environmental health to prevent future zoonotic threats. With the right backing, Tacugama can scale these initiatives, advancing conservation science, protecting biodiversity, and promoting a healthier future for all. Tacugama remains the only organization in Sierra Leone to have successfully completed a wildlife corridor project, connecting 3 forest patches over 7 kilometers in Mobonda. Funded by USAID through FAO, the corridor allows wildlife to move freely, reduces human-wildlife conflicts, limits disease transmission, and strengthens ecosystem health. It's a proven, low-cost, high-impact solution ready to be replicated. Tacugama champions preventative approaches as more effective and economically sustainable than reactive relief efforts. A key component of this project has been training and recruiting women from local communities, many with no prior conservation experience, to work as field sentinels. These women are trained in data and sample collection, such as gathering fecal samples, which are then sent to the lab for pathogen detection and further research. Tacugama's unique advantage is our presence in remote communities, where other NGOs are often absent. These underserved areas are where many outbreaks originate, making our proactive approach crucial. Although this project currently lacks formal funding, we believe it can be replicated and scaled in other regions. At Tacugama, conservation is also about changing hearts and minds. That's why media and advocacy are a vital part of our mission. We've recently taken a bold step by producing our very own in-house 5-part dramatized series called More Life, supported by PASA and the INL. Told entirely in Creole, the local language, the series tackles the urgent issue of wildlife trafficking, especially the illegal trade of baby chimpanzees, and explores the real consequences of breaking the law. But this isn't just a film, it's a tool for transformation. More Life integrates participatory filmmaking, casting some community members, and weaving real voices into the narrative.
Go call the Rangers. Ranger 111 reporting at the headquarters, please.
By doing so, we create stories that resonate deeply with the people most affected. We've already begun screening the series in provinces where wildlife crimes remain prominent, sparking powerful conversations and shifting perspectives. And we're measuring the impact, seeing firsthand how storytelling can inspire change.
More space, made in self, it will breed. Left them not the forest, not to pets for the keep. Or see them like a food, not to team for the eat, LT. And any food
With additional support, we can go even further, dubbing More Life into other local languages across the country, turning it into a radio drama for broader reach, and continuing to use it as an accessible tool for education and sensitization around the country. But More Life is just the beginning. At Tacugama, we're constantly working on new film projects, as well as engaging the public through photography, creative storytelling, community radio shows, and more. If you'd like to be a part of this movement, whether by supporting our next film project or helping us expand the reach of More Life, now is the time. Together, we can turn stories into action. Tacugama is also pioneering ecotourism in Sierra Leone. Our eco-lodges, forest walks, and cultural experiences offer visitors unforgettable connections with nature, while supporting conservation and local livelihoods. Now, in partnership with the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs and the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change, we're working to establish Sierra Leone's first national ecotourism circuit, connecting parks, sanctuaries, and heritage sites across the country, and to include researchers at research stations along the way. We've already mapped hiking trails in Loma and built strong partnerships with local communities. With investment, we can replicate our successful model across new sites, bringing shared prosperity while protecting biodiversity.
We are happy to share 2 exciting new projects coming to life, thanks to the support of the World Bank and UNDP. With UNDP's partnership, we are bringing a long-time dream to reality, a breathtaking forest canopy walk. This elevated trail will allow visitors to stroll high above the ground immersed in the sights and sounds of our magical forest from an entirely new perspective. Meanwhile, with the support from the World Bank, we are developing an innovation center. It's a flagship project. It's been a dream for me, a dynamic hub for learning, collaboration and creativity. It will host skills training workshops, showcase digital displays of our conservation research, film screenings, be home to a botanical garden with endemic species, feature photography, exhibitions, and serve as a space for film screening and community events.
So, after all this talk about Sierra Leone, why should we protect this particular country? Why should we care? Well, Sierra Leone is a biodiversity hotspot. It is also facing immense risk. It holds some of the world's most important ecosystems, and losing it would have a ripple effect that spans the whole world. While we work closely with local communities to mitigate deforestation and wildlife trafficking, it is important to recognize that many of the driving forces originated beyond our borders. Global problems require a global responsibility, and meaningful intervention from the international community is essential. Sierra Leone has less than 5% of its primary forest cover left. And once that's gone, the next most vulnerable areas will be targeted. This is not just about protecting one country. It's about safeguarding a crucial carbon sink that plays a key role in the fight against global climate change. Beyond the ecological importance, Sierra Leone is home to endangered species, including its national animal, the western chimpanzee. If a country with such a turbulent past like Sierra Leone can step up and declare the chimpanzee as its national animal and engage in meaningful national conservation projects, it sends a powerful message to the rest of the world. Change is possible. This is our chance to be a part of something bigger and to make a difference on a global scale.
For 30 years, Tacugama has been more than a sanctuary. It has been a beacon of hope, action, and transformation. But we can't sustain this momentum, let alone grow, without your support. Now is your moment to be part of our mission. Restore degraded forest through the 30 Million Tree Project. Rescue and rehabilitate orphan chimpanzees. Expand environmental education nationwide. Build a future where people and nature thrive together through a One Health approach. Contribute professional skills and support capacity building. Every chimpanzee saved, every tree planted, every child empowered, every life protected happens because someone like you chose to act. Join us. Protect this sanctuary, safeguard this forest, invest in a future that is green, just, and alive.
The wildlife matters, so make we stop for the killing. A big thanks to Tacugama where they help for the chimps are we national champs. Let we protect them all, let we to one. Let we not kill them, eat them, deforestate them, cause they're we national pride.